Welcome back, we pack. It's I, for whom the bell tolls, Vincent Veritas here with our weekly funeral service and call-in show. Alongside me is our producer and my undertaker, Clyde.
Right beside you, right here.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing better than you.
Again, rub it in, rub it in. To my delight as well, as usual, we have my grieving widow, Gabby G. Wiz.
Yes, I'm so terribly sad.
Damn, that
Burn.
Was I
rough,
convincing?
right? Damn, man.
Jeez. Would you like some ointment for that?
Yeah, for my fucking toasted buttocks.
You're undead. You don't care.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps support the show. And God knows I need some support around here because Gabby's not cutting it. So, and speaking of supporters, Gabby, why don't you read off the sponsors?
All right, tonight's sponsors are Daychrist, Laszlo, Ori Main, Nathan, Cameron, Tetris Freak, Slowpoke, Mr. Foxalot, myself, Talbot Links, Vincent Veritas, Crimson Glory, Kaylet, Hellraiser Zalon, David Shipley, Victor Fingal, Timberwolf, and Golem.
Golem. So again, like, share, and subscribe. Donate if you wish. If you can, do it through Streamlabs. We're doing Dreamkeepers as usual tonight. Mm-hmm. You get giving away a digital copy of that. And I died, Josephat. Also, every entry for the next 4 more weeks, I think. We'll be giving away 4 copies of Jawbreakers: Lost Souls.
That is
it's a remastered reprint. It's an amazing comic book. It's basically a dude who got tired of dealing with the SJW comic book industry and decided to do an old school beat 'em up about a retired superheroes beating up a giant monkey. And what else I can't think of anything else that sounds more fun than that.
The Gorilla Fight channel. That's
right. All gorillas all the time.
Right, I heard that's popular nowadays.
So they say.
Yeah, right. It's huge. Oh my goodness. In any case, hopefully I can get through this show. A little rough, a little under the weather. Feeling better, but still a little rough around the edges. Anyway, on to our appetizers. First one being Islamophobia in Scotland. All the Scottish political parties, Labour, Greens, SNP, Liberal Democrats, and Conservative have all adopted and legitimized the term Islamophobia as so defined by the APPG on British Muslims. And here's what the phrase Islamophobia is being officially defined as. Islamophobia is rooted in racism and is a form of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness. A religion
Just
is
be
not
happy with your vagina.
Oh.
a race.
Viking first for the month.
Nice. Viking first for the month. Thank you, Timberwolf. He's on the top donation leaderboard. Right.
Yeah, and also I might have forgotten to say it's a call-in show, but I did say in the title, so whatever.
Everybody's all hyped up about you being dead.
Hey, man.
They missed that part.
Ding dong.
So, seemingly Muslim, hey? Is that a thing?
Expressions of Muslimness.
I've heard the term Islamophobia, but not Muslimness.
Like, I wasn't sure he was beheading some infidel, and I'm not sure. He could have been Muslim.
He could have been. He had a very Muslim-y feel. Yeah, his Muslimness was showing.
Oh, God.
But
apparently, to believe in a faith, you have to look a certain way.
Yeah, religion is not a race.
No, it's not.
It's absolutely not.
It's disappointing beyond measure that instead of legitimate issues bringing Scotland together, it's regressive agenda pushing propaganda. Just like this.
Just like this, yeah.
Wait, no, you won't you won't be demonetized. No, I die weekly, JP. I die weekly.
That's not the kind of thing that you get demonetized for. What I said earlier is what you get demonetized for.
Yeah.
Well, in his memory, we shall continue on with free speech and giving it the way we see it.
Yeah.
To honor his memory.
Shut up, Vincent. I'm dead. By the way, speaking of dead, it's to our next appetizer. Has nothing to do with deadness, but whatever.
So there's this protest going on in Poland involving bananas. The National Museum of Warsaw decided to remove an offensive piece created in 1973 by artist Natalia L.L. The artwork, which depicted a woman eating a banana in a somewhat suggestive manner, was deemed too scandalous by authorities, following complaints from some parents about the images being potentially harmful to children. What's worthy of note is that despite the museum director, Jerzy Miziolek, I'm probably butchering the name again, being summoned by the Ministry of Culture and shortly after the prompt removal of the art piece, said Ministry of Culture has denied exerting political pressure on the National Museum of Warsaw to remove it. And so, in response, hundreds of people gathered in front of the state-run museum in a collective banana solidarity protest. Seriously, men and women took to social media posting selfies with bananas.
Go ahead.
You fight outrage with outrage. And actually, it was effective. Publicly mocking the outrage mob worked. And Natalia's work has been reinstated into the museum.
Yeah.
Good for them. You know what they should have used? They should have used One Punch Man. You guys want a banana?
You get a banana.
Everybody gets a banana.
The
new season of One Punch Man, he's giving out bananas to everybody in the hospital.
Oh, damn. I got to see it. I haven't seen it. It's got to be like, what, 2 episodes now?
4.
What? Damn, I haven't seen any of it.
It's okay. We'll watch him with you again.
Yeah, I'm bummed.
Again?
The wife wants to watch it. She loved the first season.
Oh, you, me, and Gabby and she will have a get together.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So let's go to the next appetizer. Obama's first
Just
rodeo.
Just be happy with your vagina. Oh. You got it already.
I like how that immediately followed up rodeo.
Yeah, that's amazing. Esso makes Clyde cry. That's Echo the Chamber, as we know him on Discord.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, and he said a bunch of stuff. Thanks for the $2, though. Cheers, buddy.
That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. Well, I mean, at least he's, carrying on with class and grace and dignity.
Exactly.
Eric Garcetti is the radical mayor of Los Angeles who welcomes illegal immigrants with open arms and presides over one of the largest homeless populations in America. Don't bother trying to explain the link between homelessness and illegal aliens, though. He wouldn't understand. He's a problem solver, guys. And Garcetti is addressing a more pressing problem in the city by renaming the famed Rodeo Drive Obama Boulevard. That should solve some kind of problem.
Yeah, just name it something else, and all the homeless people would be like, I need a job. Oh, what was I doing all this time?
It'll inspire the masses and rally the troops.
It's a famous street in LA.
Famous for homeless people and garbage. Hot garbage. Well, it's LA. It's always hot.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, it's not that bad. It can be it stinks a lot.
To my standards, holy cow.
Well, yeah, but you're like anything hotter than an ice tray is.
Yeah. I'm in the current ice age.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I've always wondered how warm exactly it has to get in order to cook an egg on a sidewalk. That's a common enough phrase, but has that occurred? I'm sure it has.
Yeah, it occurs. I did it in Vegas a couple of times.
You were actually able to get it to cook?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. About 115, 118?
Just be happy with your vagina. You got it already.
Speaking of hot.
Timberwolf donates $2. Let me get my Booma app up here. Get up there. He donates $2. He says there are no such things as rights made you concept by people.
Unless he meant made a concept by people.
I think that's what he's getting at. The idea of rights is a concept that was made up by people. Animals don't argue over rights.
Right?
Just be happy with your vagina.
Silver
You got it
Garcia jumping
already.
in there.
The right to eat each other.
Yeah,
It's not
right.
the only-
Slowpoke Garcia donates $2. He says Vince is dead? I call dibs on his stuff and his corpse. Yikes. Dr. Arketer, if you're in the chat, I need you to Frankenstein a body.
You leave my dead, moldering corpse alone, buddy.
Yikes.
Degeneracy. Hey, speaking of crazy mayors, Gabby, why don't you get this next one?
Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York City, has opened up a two-pronged attack on climate change. First, he declared that no longer would any skyscraper in the city known for skyscrapers to be built of glass and steel, declaring them energy inefficient. He did not prefer any alternative building materials. This writer suggests...
Sorry, go ahead. Hot takes right away. Jesus. Go for it. I didn't realize I was cutting you off.
It's all good. So this writer suggests hot dogs. No, wait, not to be outdone on the craziness, he then upped the ante by declaring that the city will decrease their red meat purchases by 50% in city-run facilities, hospitals, schools, and jails. The first casualty of the assault on red meat is hot dogs because, they're hot dogs. Heat, climate change. What the hell is wrong with you science deniers? That was a bit of a joke.
Skyscrapers. This guy's a bottom of the barrel scraper. Jesus. Come up with something better, man.
It's okay. We're reducing climate change by reducing hot dog consumption. All right. Good job, buddy.
But, seriously, we're going to reduce climate change by using more land for the things we're going to build? Really?
Of course.
Skyscrapers are exactly the opposite of what he's going for. You can fit more stuff vertically and not use land.
Oh, you know what? You bring up a good point.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of vertically, I just want to know where this next appetizer was when I was in college. 2 university divisions at UCLA recently introduced a seminar titled Sexploration Pole Class. Billed as a class to teach students the art of pole dancing, it promises to teach students the basic moves needed to become a magnificent pole dancer. Well, at least UCLA is providing some practical money-making skills on top of its useless social sciences department.
Because they're going to end up in that field anyway.
They support single mothers.
That's
and no
right.
one fault them for that.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
I
That's
know.
funny.
It is funny, too.
Oh, sad.
Well,
But
yeah,
really,
I mean,
though,
you setting the bar kind of vertically.
not really low at all.
That actually did tie in well. For once.
Well, I'm dying, Farron Cade. That's all you missed so far. But I'm dead or I died. I can't tell.
He has the consumption. Lay super berries on his grave.
I don't know. Mr. Foxlot asked, does those that can't do teach still apply here? I don't think so. Because I don't think you're going to get a bunch of beanbags teaching people how to pole dance. I don't think that's the way it works.
No. They must have they must borrow from their structural engineering department.
Fortify these reinforced, so they can get all the feminists on there.
Yeah. You get those chubby meat hooks around there and get a firm grip because that's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of yeah.
Oh.
Instead of rolled steel, you have rolls on the steel. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's cold rolled. That's for sure.
Speaking of cold rolled, we have a hate crime hoax, Canadian style.
Oh
boy. The Bear Max Cafe is a Jewish-owned deli in Winnipeg, Canada. Imagine the surprise one morning when they discovered swastikas spray painted on their establishment. Jewish leaders in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and throughout Western Canada decried the incident as the most brazen anti-Semitic act in the city's history. After the investigation, Winnipeg police charged 3 owners of the deli with public mischief. It's just a very Canadian way of saying they spray painted the swastikas on their own restaurant.
Yeah, that's what happened.
What do you think the motive is there?
I am not sure.
Well, I think it's because it was publicity, because the establishment was pretty financially destitute.
I thought they got a worse punishment for that than just mischief.
I mean,
Mischief?
tell me they had to go fund me. I'm sure they did.
I don't know.
Probably had one before that.
They probably had one before that. Go fund me for my racial hate crime hoax.
Right.
They're onto us. Better delete the page. Jeez.
Clyde, you're a tyrant.
I'm awesome.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Clyde, yeah. I love it.
Oh.
I love it. I'm the chat room tyrant.
It's a Discord server, buddies.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Should we go on to the next story, or to have a caller call in and...
No, let's have a caller call. Let's call it. Do we have? How many do we got?
We've got 3 in the queue right now, as it is. We've got Rightful King of Shaman's been waiting for some time. You want to bring him in?
Bring in old Rightful King of Shaman's.
Bring him on in.
Mhm.
Okay, he's in. Gotta make sure he's got the roll. Stream guest roll. He's got it.
All right, you hear me?
There you are. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Are you hearing us?
I'm hearing you just fine. No, this time we've got peak clown world.
It's at its peak.
It's a carnival every day. Have fun with it.
From the Federalists, SCOTUS to rule on whether men can wear women's clothes on the job.
Why don't you just wear safety equipment?
What if they don't need safety equipment?
It's subtitled if
I don't know. Don't look
Just
like
be
that.
happy with your
sex
vagina.
in federal law is replaced
You
with
got it
gender
already.
identity, the government will be unable to ensure equal opportunities for women. Now, the background for this. RG and GR Harris Funeral Homes has been serving grieving families in the Detroit area since 1910. But in recent years, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has targeted this small family-owned funeral home for punishment due to their refusal to participate in an employee's so-called gender identity preferences.
Oh, come on.
Why? To achieve its political objective, replacing sex in Title VII federal law with gender identity. This means bypassing Congress to completely change the meaning of federal laws intended to advance women by including men who say they are women in the same legal categories. Let's sit on that one for a bit.
Well, okay, here's my point of view, right? If you've lost a loved one, why can't the person who's like going through a struggle of identity put themselves aside for a moment while people grieve a lost loved one? You know what I mean? Why are you putting yourself into the middle of a grieving family? I don't understand that. To be honest.
Why are you putting your issues forward at all?
Yeah, right. Like you got a job to do. Just wear a jumpsuit then. Fucking whatever, right? Like I don't know, like a one piece.
A romper.
A romper, yeah. Like, well, I'm thinking like a mechanic's outfit. Just be like,
Yeah,
hey,
but romper
just
is more fun to say. Come on.
mechanic romper.
You think you'd be able to put your personal issues aside to do a job, but
Yeah, but
no,
especially
we're
in the
living clown
case of like, you know, grieving families. Why are you inserting yourself and your issues there?
Okay, but,
And I understand the family business going, yeah, would you don't?
Yeah, the funeral home, they have a dress policy for their employees. So
Understandable.
there's
A lot of places do.
Yeah, they parted ways with an employee because, you know, he's a formerly male who decided to identify as a woman and wanted to wear women's clothes, but no, that's more than a little bit distracting.
Right?
Especially,
yeah, if it's distracting,
especially in a
shouldn't-
funeral home.
Like I'm all for people and doing their thing, but like do your thing in a way that doesn't disrupt other people doing their thing. You know what I mean?
Do you have to do your thing at work?
Right?
Yeah,
Like the job is the
so,
job.
but,
Like your personal expression is personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think so, but then we have the EEOC, the EEOC's response. In response, the EEOC sued the Detroit business, claiming it had discriminated on the basis of sex. For this, the EEOC speaks punitive damages. On April 22nd, 2019, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to hear Harris's funeral homes case. That case will decide whether federal agencies can rewrite federal law.
Well, I call malarkey on it right there because you're saying it's based on sex. No, you're basing it on gender, which is a construct. Sex is actually what genitals you have. It's a biological thing. It has nothing to do with your construct. So if they're basing it on sex, yeah, that person's a male.
Yeah, and the proposed change would it would change from changing federal law from saying sex to gender identity. Then this article discusses a few consequences of that.
Well, see that's okay. My point has always been, let's not talk about gender because it's an abstraction. Let's talk about sex, right?
Let's see. For one thing, it ends equality in women's athletics. For example, Selena Soul and another female high school track athletes in Connecticut have been repeatedly displaced by two boys who were allowed to compete as girls due to their alleged gender identity under the Athletic Association rules. Trophies, scholarships, and opportunities to compete and advance to the highest levels are now being given to boys who believe themselves to be girls instead of the girls who earned and deserve those honors.
And those boys look like boys too. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. They're very handsome little girls.
And there's even organizations that are being forced to allow men who believe they're women into certain women's shelters, restrooms, and locker rooms. And I have to say to that is this is the future you chose.
Yeah, it's clown world, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, gender identity laws also force employers to stereotype their employees. As the employee who filed the complaint against the funeral home testified, employers must treat men who believe themselves to be women as if they are, in fact, women, unless those employees don't, quote, meet the expectations of what women typically look like. Ironically, in the hands of the EEOC, a law designed to bring equality to women has morphed into a tool to undo the equality women have already achieved. This is the future you chose.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
But I'm going to be a bit of a wild opinion here. I say don't fight this. I want this funeral home to lose. Not because I want them to take all that punitive damages. I mean, that's a lot of money to lose, especially for a private business. But in order to beat Clown World, you don't stand against them with logic and reason and all that. That doesn't work. No, you out crazy them. You have to make things so insane that even the average normie can't ignore this anymore.
Okay, how do you suggest?
I mean, if let the Supreme Court change the wording of the federal law from sex to gender identity, and then just have a whole bunch of men start identifying as women, and they can't say anything. By their own rules, they can't say anything. There is no standard by which this stands on. It's whatever your subjective view of yourself, whatever you self-reported as, that's what it will be. All you have to do is change it on your driver's license, and no one can say anything legally.
That's just a terrible idea. That's
like, I mean, we can learn from examples, but I don't want us to devolve too far.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it burn.
No. You're not gonna watch it burn. You just need to push the issue just enough to get the average person get their eyes on this.
Yeah, but when you change definitions in the law, it's hard to change it back.
Yeah, true,
You
but
don't
it's
just
not.
have, like,
It's
a
not
vote.
impossible. It's not impossible. It might take a while, but it's better than the alternative.
Oh, geez, there's a lot at stake there, man. Like I said, that'd be like watching it burn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to go all nihilistic and shit yet. I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Close.
Use their own weapons against them. That's what I'm saying.
Let me get another funeral or two under my belt before I get that nihilistic.
No, I get the sentiment though. I totally understand.
No, I understand. I understand completely what you're saying, but yeah. Well, I appreciate you bringing the story forward there, buddy. You know what? You got me thinking about rompers now. Now I'm thinking that they sound pretty comfy right now. To tell you the truth.
That's this article. It's actually pretty short, but it's Supreme Court. If they rule on this, we could see more Clown World than we've already seen.
Than we want. Than we would ever ask for. Jeez.
No one asked for Clown World. We're already in Clown World.
Oh yeah, I know. We're already in Clown World.
I'm saying just push the issue just a little bit more, and the average person will stand against this.
Well, I don't think. See, that's the problem. I think that it's going to be a little issue like this. It's going to cause a big snap. Somebody's going to snap. And it's going to be one little spark. That's all you need. That's all it's going to need before Clown World becomes, Killer Clowns from Outer Space World. It's going to get really ugly really fast, and it's going to be over something stupid. Yeah, mark my words.
Totally stupid. I mean, this is already stupid.
I know it's already stupid, but
hence Clown World.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have for tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for
big
in.
buddy.
Thanks for joining us as always. Yeah. Always enjoy your company.
Cheers. All right.
Yeah.
Clown World.
Clown World. Craziness.
Yeah. So we'll get on to our first actual story. I just have a question for you guys. Why do you guys think things are so good in Hungary?
Maybe because they don't put up with the crap that we've been putting up with?
Maybe so. Hey, Teddy Bears, this is nice to see you. While European countries languish with rapidly declining birth rates, Hungary stands out with rising marriage rates, falling abortion rates, and it has the highest birth rate it's had in 20 years.
Marriage is up by 43% since 2010, while divorce has dropped by 22.5% in the same period.
You might think this is just all some happy demographic, turnabout. You might think it's an accident, but it's actually the fruit of a deliberate programs to promote marriage and family while defending Hungary's cultural identity and Christian roots.
Quote, after we won the election in 2010 with a 2/3 majority, we decided to build a family-friendly country and to strengthen families raising children, said Hungary's Minister for the Family, Katalin Novak.
Standing firm in its position despite fierce opposition from the socialist left, the Orbán government enacted legislation resulting in a comprehensive family support system, a family-friendly tax system, a housing program, 800,000 new jobs, and many opportunities to create a balance between life and work, Ms. Novak stated.
We are living in times when fewer and fewer children are being born throughout Europe. People in the West are responding to this with immigration, Prime Minister Orbán said at the State of the Nation address in Budapest in February. Hungarians see this in a different light. We do not see numbers, but Hungarian children, the Fidesz party leader added.
The new law coming into effect on July 1st includes pro-family incentives such as a €3,000 mortgage reduction for a second child, a €12,000 reduction for a third child, a car purchasing program for large families, and comprehensive daycare. As of 2020, mothers with 4 or more children will enjoy a lifetime personal income tax exemption. Hungary is one of 3 countries in Europe who have supported their anti-mass immigration policies, who we have supported for their anti-mass immigration policies. Poland was already in decent shape, and it's encouraging to see these policies paying off for Hungary as well. I think so anyway. I think it's amazing to have an entire government that's encouraging the, children, cohesive family units, and not freaking trying to break people up, giving them incentive to divorce their husband, or
Yeah,
because that's what it seems they've done the last 30, 40 years in the United States.
Well, yeah, they've incentivized women to kick men out of their houses. You make more money if there isn't a man living in the house with you.
And conservative California, you say Hungary, don't let your white nation be replaced. I don't think it has anything to do with white. It's not about white. It's about culture. It's about, I'd be just as happy if Black and Hispanic Americans were reproducing, as long as they were assimilated into our culture.
Yeah, exactly. Americans, just Americans. I hate calling them something else hyphen Americans.
Right.
Just Americans, right?
Right. Americans are Americans.
That's it. It doesn't matter if you're purple. You could be a Thanos American, and we'll just call you American.
Man, I've got too much purple drink.
Just that.
As long as he never snaps
slow
his
down.
fingers.
Just slow down with the snappy snaps.
Snappy.
But even Thanos should have a right to vote. It's a democratic thing.
You guys out there in the
killed
audience,
half the...
you out there in the audience, be aware that right now, our birth rates in the United States are not strong enough to continue on with the system of government that we're using right now, with the expenditures we're using.
Mm-hmm.
It's been dropping pretty severely recently. And if you want to think that the regressive left has had a hand in that, I'd say so. How many taxpayers have died over the last 30, 40 years, 50 years?
But here's the thing. So the government's got this, Ponzi scheme going on, right? Where, we promised people all these things, but we need newcomers all the time. We need to grow the people at the bottom paying in so we can pay for all that's going on at the top. What happened there? Ooh, I lost Discord for a second. Anyway, yeah. So it's like this Ponzi scheme of we need newcomers. We need to grow. The next generation always has to be bigger than the previous generation in order to pay for everything. And when you get rid of that mentality, then, population decline isn't such a bad thing. It's so weird that the people on the far left are the same people that are saying we need more people every year because we need to, pay for this scheme we've got going on. But they're the same people saying we need to bring the population of the planet down. Kind of interesting.
Reduce the carbon footprint, but more people.
Well, that's it. But like if we reduced through austerity, like all these welfare systems, we wouldn't have to have so many people coming in to pay for it, and we can make do with the people in the United States or in any country that does has this kind of system. You could definitely get away with a population reduction in the short run, and then encourage, like Hungary's doing, encourage people to have kids and families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's happening in Japan. If you look at what the Japanese government's doing, rather than opening the floodgates of immigration, they're just saying, okay, well, we're just going to cut back on all this spending that we've promised everybody.
It's really funny that, they're trying to bring in new people to pay for the entitlement programs that we have. But at the same time, they're killing off a bunch of people with their abortion program. Why would they have to, you know what I mean? Would they have to bring in so many people if they weren't killing off so many people?
Right.
That's a rather harsh take, but...
That's a pretty hard take.
It's true, though.
Oh, it is true. It is true. I mean, that's one factor in the whole thing. I'd have to agree
that's
with that.
a bit of a separate argument, but they do tie in together.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a separate argument.
But the thing is, like, what they're doing is they're opening the floodgates for immigration, in order to bring in more people. But the sad fact of the matter is they're bringing more people with more needs. So those are the people. Those people often find themselves on the dole as well, right? Like we definitely need more people with skills, and we need more people with expertise in certain fields and stuff like that. And I'm all for opening the door for people who have specific skills where it would take 10, 20 years to train somebody to be at that level. And if they've worked really hard and they want to emigrate, I'm all for it. Sure, just do it legally, of course. But we don't need more mouths to feed. You know what I mean?
Right, even Cher herself admitted when they had to live up to the sanctuary name, like, yeah, this is a sanctuary city, but we already have a big enough problem here with mouths to feed and people needing housing.
Right. I'm all for the sanctuary thing as long as it's not in my neighborhood. That's kind of a dick move, is it not?
It was, and it was rightly called out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I think we've been discussing this before about there being a backlash, and the anti-family, nihilistic, regressive left approach is coming to an end. But I'm kind of afraid of how hard of a backlash it's going to be. When the backlash does come. So.
Is it going to be a crash and burn and then rebuild, or is it going to be?
Yeah, or is it going to be a get in your place? I don't know.
Yeah, not sure. Can't make these kind of predictions. You know what I mean? You can kind of say it could go this way or it could go that way, but you can't tell for certain.
I can tell you what, I'd like to be as painless as possible when it does happen.
Exactly.
Let's bring in who was next? Was it Timberwolf or LGJ rather?
I'm gonna have to. Oh, I actually got kicked out of Discord for a second there.
Again?
Wow.
I think I can't. I don't know if it was Timberwolf or it was LGJ. So who do you want to bring in?
Let's bring in Timberwolf.
All right. Timberwolf, you're in here. If you can hear us.
Yes, can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
If there's a purple American, you might need to give them the Heimlich maneuver. You might, Direwolf. You might have to do that. Go ahead there, Timberwolf. Sorry, buddy.
No, you're fine. So my story comes from Colorado, actually.
Colorado.
This gentleman has been called the homeless hero. The fiery crash that happened on Interstate 70 may not have been the first time the homeless hero Darren Barton saved people from a crash.
Okay. He's done
Sorry,
it.
I was scrolling down.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like this
sorry,
is where you interject. I don't know what to
say. He said, "Get out of the car. It's smoking." Even at the point that I was like, "What?" Also, at the same time, he had caused. Oh well, he didn't cause. He pulled someone from a burning car, and when the second crash person heard it, she says, "I wasn't even surprised at all. He just showed up out of nowhere."
Cool.
Crazy.
He's like a homeless Batman.
Yep, living under the 70 bypass.
Was that Goose Wayne?
Grey Goose.
Yeah, no, Goose Wayne. That's that Batman guy from the Dr. Phil show.
Oh, it's really Goose Wayne?
Goose Wayne, yeah, he was a crazy
I guess
guy.
I don't watch enough Dr. Phil.
You gotta get to
get
the
filled
ranks
in.
for you. To the ranks.
Yeah, gotta fill you in there, Gabby.
I mean,
What?
I can't say much. I hired a Batman to show up at our house for a birthday party, so they're every.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he pull anybody from a burning car?
You have hand sanitizers handy?
No, but I heard he ended up getting pulled over by the cops.
Yikes.
Was he in a Batmobile?
He was speeding. And yes.
In the Batmobile? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like you get pulled over as Batman. What do you say to the cop? Like, I'm Batman. Excuse me, sir. Do you
he had to
realize
say
that you
that,
were
right?
going 40 over the limit? I'm Batman.
We're Scarecrow.
I'm Batman.
Just gotta talk like that the whole time.
Here's your citation and a promise to appear.
Okay, we'll
Very
do.
important.
Where are they?
Important job.
So what about this dude? He did it before, you said?
Yes, he has now pulled 2 people on the I-70 and pulled them both from burning cars, apparently. I don't know what it is with
Wow.
I-70 over there and burning cars.
Wow.
But he has now saved multiple people. And someone tried to set up a donor, and he received several $1,000s in donations. But all of this stuff was put towards needs for homeless, like socks and shoes and backpacks and stuff, though, because he said he didn't want anything else.
Wow.
Cool dude.
Yeah.
Some people just really just need the necessities. You know what I mean? And by necessities, keep you warm, keep you fed, and, you know, keep you out of the rain.
And save people from burning.
Well, that's just a side effect of being Batman.
I guess. I have to take your word for that.
Yeah, where does this? I didn't opt into this traffic citation program.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We are traveling, sir.
Didn't opt into that.
I wasn't driving. I was traveling. And am I being detained? See, I bet you Batman could give us a whole lesson on that right there. I bet she knows all about that shit.
Good God.
So, anything else on homeless Batman there, buddy?
No, there's no other stuff. I just figured it was kind of a good, happy story to share.
It's a good
It
laugh.
is. It is a good
appreciate
happy
man.
story. Thank you for bringing it to us, there, Timberwolf.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks for
Cheers.
that.
Thanks.
All right, dude. I did miss one of the Streamlabs donations, so I'm going to get to that right now.
Hey, why don't you get to that there, buddy?
I think I will. That was a little bit ago from Slowpoke Garcia. He donates $2. Says, Doctor, I need more lighting. This Vincent monster won't revive itself. You're going to make a great monster, Vincent. Today we slap the face of God in the most blasphemous way possible. No,
Damn, man.
no, Igor, not that way. $2 well spent.
Wow, that was.
Paying us for fan fiction.
There we go. And Vince is speechless.
Do I look uncomfortable? Because I feel uncomfortable. I feel a little
I
icky.
feel uncomfortable. I think that's the definition
I
of
can feel
comfort.
you're uncomfortable from here.
Wow.
You're radiating uncomfortability. That's the comfortable fallacy.
Well,
Dyers
should we slip into a story that maybe is a bit more comfortable?
Yeah, could you? Is it about a romper?
Oh, it's a kind of a romper.
It's similar. It's the burkini. Halima Aden, the newest swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated, has also made history for the magazine as its first Muslim model to wear both a hijab and a burkini.
In honor and celebration of Halima's roots, the photo shoot was done at Watamu Beach, Kenya. She was born in Kenya at the Kakuma refugee camp and lived there before immigrating to the U.S. at age of 7. On top of the photo shoot, Sports Illustrated published an almost 3-minute video dedication focusing on behind the scenes of the event and Halima Aden's background, as well as her thoughts on recent events of her life.
Yeah, we can't show the video because we're worried about copyright. But here's a still image, randomly selected, of course. That's
Wow, how demure.
That's why I buy Sports Illustrated right there.
And Sports Illustrated isn't the first time she's made headlines either. At 19 years old, Halima was a semi-finalist in the Miss Minnesota USA pageant and then went on to sign with IMG Models. She's had a very successful international career and has even been hailed as a champion of the traditional definition of beauty.
You can say that again. She's traditional. What tradition are we talking about? Which country's tradition are we discussing here? That's not American.
She looks like she's about to go scuba diving.
It looks like she's about to get bit in the ass by a blue-ringed octopus. I'd pay money to see that.
Tell us how you really feel.
Things are deadly.
Look at this image. What do you see?
I see the scuba diver. It looks like
girl about to get bit in the ass
joke.
by. Yeah, I know.
well, I just look at it and go, no way is that water that cold. No way.
Man, Clyde, you got a lot of fans suddenly showing up. They got mean things to say about you. I wonder if they're from a particular group of people.
I wonder.
I wonder if they.
I just hope someone picks up that phone, cause I called it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it sucks. Like when you got to kick someone out for being rude on your chat room. they look at it as if you've like banned them from society or something. It's pretty bad.
Well, when they don't have any other social interaction, you might as well just ban them from life, Clyde.
Right? Jesus.
You need to feel bad. Clyde.
I need to feel bad. I feel so bad, man.
You're right, little giant Jay. Someone is slatty. Anyone?
Slatty.
Misspelling salty, or is that a whole new thing?
I don't know. I like slatty. Sounds kind of fun.
I like that.
Anyone
course
else
it does.
remember what the real traditional definition of beauty was? Last 100 years of female swimwear revolution has looped it right back around to idealizing an even more conservative version of the swimsuit that got Annette Kellerman arrested for indecency on a Boston beach back in 1907. At least she dared to go challenge social norms enough to go without sleeves and a shawl.
You make a good point.
Yep. And is this to say that the bikini shouldn't be sold or demonstrated in publications? No, not at all. Anyone can wear what they want. That's the beauty of the free market, is as long as there is a demand, there will be a supply to meet it. Just don't declare it's revolutionary when there are decades in history of women actually challenging societal norms to be comfortable in the ocean waves and on sandy beaches.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing something here. Oh, darn it.
Oh,
Hold
darn
on.
it.
Oh, gosh.
No golly.
Golly. Hold on, here we go. I gotta switch. Okay, now we see where we at again?
The chat? Is that what you were doing?
No, I was actually switching my persona around. You know me.
I know you, man.
And if there's going to be a case made about this being a religious representation, which religious modesty culture is Sports Illustrated going to promote next? Mormon, Amish, Catholic, or is it just going to be the glamorization of Islam? Halima isn't the first Muslim to be on the magazine, just the first one trying to stick to the more fundamentalist modern dress attire. As a matter of fact, I think wasn't David Bowie's wife a model, a swimwear model? Iman?
I don't know.
I think so. I'm going to start. Hey, RG. Hey, what's up, Bill D Gaming? We have a raid. What's up, buddy? We have an RGE raid as opposed to an ANCAP raid.
Oh, nice. That's a more welcomed one.
Thank you, guys.
We're getting multiple raids? That
I
sounds like
guess.
fun.
Yeah, we're getting multiple raids by ANCAPs and RGEs. RGEs are a lot cooler than ANCAPs.
Yeah, a lot better. At least like you could
They know how to
disagree with
behave
them.
themselves.
You
in a
can
different-
disagree with them, and then when you're like, okay, I'm just tired of talking to you, they're like, yeah, okay, see you tomorrow.
RGE stands for Raging Golden Eagle. There, Foxlot. He's a cool dude.
He's cool. He was on our show before, and we had
gotta
a good
get him
show.
on again.
Yeah, he
Get
had a
him
lot
on.
of good stuff to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I'd like to get him on for the more Kick Vic stuff. See what his take is on that.
For the wit stuff?
Kick Vic.
What's that?
And the Elric is being accused of bad
The Kick
things,
Vic
bro.
campaign? You surely should have heard of it.
I haven't.
Are you not a weeb?
Well, I mean, I get accused of being a weeb all the time because I used to live in Japan and I'm married to a Japanese woman. I like
And he
anime.
speaks Japanese, and he's got a big Japan hat on. And he's got a katana in his back pocket.
And Bonesy's gonna love this. Super Mario.
Yeah. Yep.
I lost my co-host. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Oh.
Before you die?
That's what Mario
How
said.
does that work?
I don't know. Ask Mario.
It's a me, Mario. All right. In any case, you want to bring in Little Giant Jay? Let's bring him in real quick.
Yeah, let's bring him in. Little Giant Jay, you're with us.
No.
You're with us. Can you hear us? Make sure he's got the roll here.
Yep.
Yeah, there
Just
we go.
let me mute the stream.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Okay.
What brings you here?
Well, I bring you another Florida man shenanigans story.
Nice.
All right, let's just
Florida.
bust it out here, buddy, because I'm decaying.
Florida man claims sexual role play led to shootout with deputies.
Nice.
All right.
After being involved in a shootout with deputies, the worst American hero is asking for all his charges to be dismissed. Neighbors called police after a disturbance between Florida man LaForest Gray and his wife, but he said it was all part of their sexual role-playing. I am an artist, not a criminal, reads a letter he sent to the judge. Back on February 13th, he took to Instagram and live-streamed a standoff he had with Orange County deputies in Orlando. According to police, neighbors told investigators they allegedly saw him punching and dragging his wife by her hair through the parking lot. When deputies arrived, they ordered Gray to put his hands up. When he refused, the shootout started. Investigators claim he shot first. From his
it's a Han Solo kind of story.
Greedo fired first.
And I missed a huge part of the story in my notes. I'll see if I can't call the.
So he's a shootout artist?
Yeah, it was there was a shootout.
But he's an artist of shootouts. It's like, I was just expressing myself.
No, he's an artist on
Drop all the
Instagram, apparently.
Okay.
Doing. Oh, here we go. From his cell, Gray wrote a letter to the judge claiming he and his wife were adult entertainers with over 70,000 followers on Instagram, claiming no crimes were committed.
Shooting at cops is a crime.
Yeah.
Shooting at anyone is a crime. But
Yeah.
like extra charges come with shooting at cops, man.
Yes. The judge denied the request and he faces multiple felonies, including attempted murder of a police officer.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All I want to know is what kind of sexual roleplay involves you dragging your wife by her hair?
Yeah, publicly as well.
Yeah, public.
Not good. Not good, my friend.
Well, you know, just can't do that shit in public.
Public.
Just don't do it
in public.
Just don't do it.
No, just not in public.
Anything but that.
Well, you know, you gotta admire.
You can't shoot at cops in
moxie.
public.
Well, don't shoot at cops. Don't shoot at people.
Yeah, just don't. Unless they're shooting at you, then you can shoot back. Unless they're cops.
Man. Oh, by the way, guys, all you guys for questioning whether Clyde is a weeb or not, just consider this: he doesn't watch it in English, so he doesn't know the voice. He doesn't know the English voice actors.
I do that to give my wife a break. I give my wife a break because she. Every time we watch like Western shows, she has the English subtitles on, and she's trying to follow along, and it's really it makes her struggle, right? And
Yeah,
it's like it's less of a rest than it is like a study session. So when we watch anime, we'll just like I'll just watch it in Japanese.
Yeah,
Which
but you
is
fall asleep.
fair. That's really sweet. I did not fall asleep.
I thought I heard you start snoring.
I
No,
did
that was
not.
LGJ laughing at what you said about me.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry, that was very similar. Very similar reaction. Well, I do appreciate you coming on, LGJ. For that was we always love a good Florida man story. I forgot I had one and I didn't write it into the script. Sorry.
Well,
I saved
LGJ
you
helped
then.
out. Yeah, perfect.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
cheers,
buddy.
buddy.
Cheers.
All right.
Oh yeah, and if you're wondering why our dislike ratio is so high, it's probably because of the AdCast. We love them, those ridiculous little scamps.
Those silly billies.
Those little troons. Those troons, they get to me every time.
They're always pointing out everything that's fallacious.
Oh, well, that's true. It's true. On to our next story. God damn it, Clive.
That kills me every time.
This is the best. This is the best. Islamic science cures the gay, and no, it doesn't require rooftop this time. I don't know if you know it or not, boys, but if you're gay, it means that you have a worm up your butt that's constantly craving semen. At least that's what this Kuwaiti scientist says. It's true. It's true. I'm not. You think I'm making this up?
I'm laughing because you aren't.
Right?
That's
Yeah, if
I didn't
you're
review
gay-
the notes, man. What?
If you're gay, you have a worm that lives up your ass, and
And it's one food source.
it's
Your
it's
spunk
preferred
juice.
is it's the baby batter. It wants the baby batter all the time. But she claims that she's invented a suppository for men that kills the spunk craving bullworm inside of them.
What?
Watch, play the video. It's on the link that I put up there.
Oh, there's a video?
I didn't get that.
There
link.
is.
I didn't know there was a video.
Oh, hold
my
on. Let me.
gosh.
Oh,
I didn't
here,
get
oh.
that link, Vince. That's why I
Oh.
didn't know about this
Oh,
story.
my bad.
Jeez.
My bad. Here. It's in the script. Let me get it for you. You got to see this because her comments are. I mean, I don't know. I think hers are better than mine. To be honest with you. There we go.
What if chicks get the worm?
Well, then they become bull-dyke lesbians. Apparently, I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, how does that work? Because doesn't it want the man batter?
You'd think she'd want them. But
Oh, this is just outrageous, man. The news is just getting crazy anymore.
she claims that this is science from the prophet.
Just be happy with your vagina.
God, Tim
You
Burrell.
got it already.
I'm just gonna pull up this Streamlabs donation. So Timberwolf donates $2. He says, "Just remember, no one has rights made up by concept by people. Oh, LOL. Oh Lord, the ass worm." Also, the interviewer of her said, "Praise Allah." Oh my God. She said that in the interview, I guess. Well, let's pull up this interview. This is ridiculous, dude.
Check your ad.
When does it get to the point?
Yeah, bring it forward. Bring it forward.
There we go.
الدكتوراه الفخرية اللي أنا أخذتها من اتحاد جامعات
Received my honorary
الدولية
doctorate from the
التركية.
International Union.
هي اسمها سكس مانجمنت اللي هي
Sex
المفاهيم
management.
والتحرش الجنسي. طب عربي مستمد من الطب النبوي.
اكتشاف علاج لهذا الشيء؟
اي نعم انا اكتشفت
Yes, I
علاج
did.
احييت علوم. كانت في علوم احييتها وهي علاجيه
طلعتيها على الواقع وجربتيها في ناس.
وجربناها على ناس وهي
Yeah, we tested
بس
it.
حطيناها في اطار عصري.
Oh yeah.
Of course they did.
We totally tested the butt worm.
فصار في برنامج متكامل
It was for
اللي هو
science.
جسدي نفسي روحي ايماني. يعني اكتشفته هو تحاميل علاجيه حق الشبق الجنسي للشباب الجنس الثالث حتى الرابع اللي هي البويات.
All I heard was
في حالة
shabab and it
الشبق
sounded too
الجنسي
much like
الرغبة
kebab. And
الزايدة.
I was just like, what?
فهذه التحاميل هي
مسكنة؟
تطفي ها
مسكنة يعني؟
لا مسكنة الطفي هو عبارة
Calming effect. The anal worm
الدودة
feeds on.
الشرجية لو تغذت على أنا في يعني أنا الحين في
By
صف
the way,
علم.
this is all
ولا
science.
حياة في العلم
There's
لا،
nothing to be
طبعاً
ashamed
هذا
of.
علم، هذا علم.
Don't be ashamed of your anal
الطب
worm.
النبوي موجود في كتب.
نعم فبالنسبة للشبق الجنسي يكون اعتداء في مراحل معينة أو عدد معين. بعدها يتم الشخص
Am I gonna take the
امرأة أو رجل
suppository?
يستمر
No,
بالشيء هذا لأن
dude.
في دودة شرجية.
Because I'm telling you, look, I don't care
هذه
what you're saying. If you're gonna tell me to shove something up my butt to cure the gay, that seems a little counterproductive.
هي لبوس تحاميل هذه يستعملها في أيام معينة في وقت معين.
Alright, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. Just, what? Crazy pants. Are you kidding me?
No. I don't see much difference between the disease and the cure, though. Either way, you're shoving something up your ass. So. No, I just don't have the ass worm that craves spunk, Foxlot. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Oh, sorry. I just haven't developed the worm. What?
Yeah, I haven't developed the ass worm yet.
Oh my God. I don't even. No.
Not that
words,
we don't
man.
support wildlife, but we do not volunteer as hosts.
Someone explained to Ma'am SAS what they just heard. 'cause
Mamid
I don't feel-
Sass. Okay, what you just heard was the fact that, I don't know, these Iranian doctors believe that there's a gay worm that gets in your butt and makes you gay.
It craves spunk.
That's exactly how all this works.
Right.
And
Nailed
it's
it.
science. Don't argue.
Nailed it.
It's science. Don't
but
ask
she's-
questions.
She's talking about like, oh yeah, all the treatments have been a success. Well, when you're shoving something up a dude's butt and you say like, "Are you still gay?" and they say yes, and you throw them off a building, everyone after is gonna say, "No, I'm not gay anymore. Thanks for the cure. Can I go now?"
Or they shove something up your butt. Does that feel better? Yeah, it feels better.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll shove something else up his butt. How's that feel? Feels better. Just keep shoving suppositories up their butt. They'll love it.
We are very serious people with a very serious job.
But I don't have the ass worms though. So. Do we have anybody in the call in?
Oh, God. Oh, Bonesy.
Bonesy's in there.
You want me to bring Bonesy in?
Bring Bonesy in.
All right.
Bonesy.
Hey, Bonesy, welcome to the show. Just wondering, you don't have an ass worm, do you? I don't know if he's hearing us just yet.
Do you have a case of the ass worms?
Oh, I
Bonesy?
gotta give him the stream roll. Give me a sec.
And you gotta push to talk too. Oh.
It's push to talk, yes. Push to talk. Get it working, Bonesy. I know exactly when he figures it out what he's gonna say.
It looks like he's muted.
Yeah, he's got to push to talk. He's got to do the push to talk thing.
You're so close, buddy. Just push the button.
Just about ready to die.
Push that there button there.
Oh boy, technical difficulties.
Hey Vince, we gonna have to call the show early because you're not feeling well, or?
No, we're good. We're good. I got a little more life in me, thanks to the ass worms.
It's a symbiotic relationship, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like being Venom, except you just like butt sex.
No, there's no smoke
You
off here,
gain
man. I don't
superpowers.
I just been sick for a week. What? Leave my ass worms alone. His desire for semen knows no bounds. Gross. Trying to make girl. You just missed out on the best story ever.
That was the greatest story ever.
Oh, the tail end of the ass worms.
The tail end of the ass worms. Bonesy, you there now?
All right, kick him out.
Oh, well, he got
Love
himself unmuted finally. Now I'm waiting.
Oh, okay.
Dude, then talk, please.
Yeah, it's push to talk, buddy. Figure out where the push button is for your push to talk.
Sort your life out, my friend. Oh, trying to make girl. You just missed the ass worm story. There's a. I'll just brief. Let's go over it again. Why not?
Just
Why not? Right?
brief you on it.
You're good.
Somebody's getting briefed.
If you're gay, you have a worm up your ass that craves semen.
Yeah, that's what the Iranian scientists.
And that explains everything.
That's it. Don't argue with science, apparently.
Ew.
Ew. That
Ew.
is the perfectly. Congratulations. That is a normal answer.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, Bonesy is quiet right now, so we're going to move on to the coup in Venezuela.
All right.
Opposition leader Juan Guaido, who declared himself interim president in January, has been recognized as Venezuela's leader by dozens of other countries and has led months of protest against Maduro's government. Guaido gave a dawn address in which he was flanked by men in military fatigues and armored vehicles in the capital, Caracas. It marked his boldest attempt yet to involve the military in the removal of the Venezuelan leader.
President Nicolas Maduro has addressed the Venezuelan people for the first time since the rebellion led by Juan Guaido began on Tuesday. Guaido. I know I butcher it every time. Began on Tuesday morning. Speaking at around 9 p.m. local time on Tuesday, Maduro claimed the coup had been defeated and that the perpetrators were being interrogated.
Guaido released a video message about half an hour earlier in which he called on people to hit the streets for a mass demonstration against the Maduro regime on Wednesday. He called the uprising he triggered on Tuesday morning a peaceful rebellion and denied it was a coup attempt. He said in the final phase of the collapse, the Maduro regime had begun. Go ahead, Gabby, sorry.
His call to arms after being filmed flanked by armed men in uniform led to violent street clashes, but the military appeared to remain mostly loyal to Maduro. In his address, Maduro was flanked by Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino, appearing to contradict earlier claims by U.S. National Security Chief John Bolton that key figures from the Maduro government were about to defect.
In an almost hour-long speech, Maduro also denied U.S. claims that he planned to flee to Cuba, but was persuaded to remain in Venezuela by his main overseas backer, Russia. Go ahead.
The president also claimed that some perpetrators had fled to the Brazilian embassy in Caracas. There was no indication in Guaido's video about his whereabouts. He promised a transitional government and free elections to end the rule of the socialist Maduro regime, which has overseen the once wealthy oil nation's descent into economic collapse and a humanitarian crisis.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo claimed Tuesday that Maduro was preparing to leave Venezuela, but was talked out of it, again by Russia.
The situation is under control, Maduro's communications vice minister, Isbamar Jimenez, told CNN on Tuesday. All military garrisons support Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Video evidence shows this is a lie.
Yep. It was definitely touch and go earlier today in Venezuela as the people there rose up to attempt to remove the illegitimate Russo-Cuban puppet, Maduro. But it seems that the effort has failed, actually.
Two of the main leaders of the recognized government, former political prisoner Leopoldo Lopez and de jure President Juan Guaido, have abandoned the struggle. Lopez and his family have taken asylum in the Chilean embassy. Guaido is celebrating at La Carlota Air Base, which is under control of forces loyal to him. There are reports that 5 Supreme Court justices are also in the Chilean embassy.
There's 2 big takeaways here, actually. It actually took a crisis in Venezuela for the mainstream media to admit that gun ownership under the Second Amendment has jack all to do with hunting. Go ahead and play that clip, Clyde.
Will do, sir. So, here's that amazing aspect ratio.
I know, Carrie, you've spent a lot of time down there. I think it has been surprising to a lot of people in Washington, in the administration at least, that this is taking longer than they thought, despite the sanctions, despite the pressure. With the help of Russia and other outside forces, Maduro is hanging on.
Not only hanging on, but he appears to still control the military. You have to understand, in Venezuela, gun ownership is not something that is open to everybody. So if the military have the guns, they have the power. And as long as Nicolas Maduro controls the military, he can.
Yeah, they have the power.
Ding. I wonder if he's going to have a job tomorrow.
Oh, good point. Good point. Hey, you went against our narrative at our news network. Bye-bye.
Yeah, nobody forgot that they threw away their guns. I mean, Venezuelans regret giving up their guns now. Now they're sitting there. Now they're sitting there throwing sweaty tube socks at each other. While the military shoots at them.
But that's always been the case. Like, hey, how about everyone gets free stuff? Everyone's like, yay! And then, hey, you just got to give up your, any way you can defend yourself. What do you mean? I mean, hunting. You don't need to hunt.
Right.
We're giving you food. Oh, okay, yay!
Stuff.
And then poverty.
And then rats.
And then you eat animals from the zoo because you can't find any food.
Aww.
No joke. That's what's been going on.
Here we go. Here comes the second takeaway here. We can't ever allow socialism to gain a foothold on these shores. And these Venezuelans will tell you why. Here's an old video from Campus Reform.
Which video?
It's the second link I put in there.
Oh, this one, yeah.
I'm Cabot Phillips with Campus Reform. With the rise in socialism around America, we're in Washington, D.C. today talking to actual victims of socialism from Venezuela about what their message would be to young people that would like to see socialist policies here in the United States. Let's see what they have to say. What would be your message to young people that think socialism would be a good idea here in America?
Look yourself in the mirror of Venezuela and Cuba. You do not ever want anyone, not even close to socialism, to come to this country.
People are eating from trash bags in the street. So how has socialism actually helped the country? From the perspective of people who've lived through failed socialism, it's very hard to accomplish.
Yeah, I don't think any Venezuelan can really like socialism because we've seen it put in place very well.
It's not a game. It is not a game. It is not the route to go. It is not possible. It's not feasible. Don't fall for it.
It doesn't work the way the book says it works because we're humans and we have imperfections, and socialism is too perfect to be true.
Check your history, look at the news, look at all the countries that have failed under a socialist government, like Cuba, like Venezuela.
In Venezuela, socialism doesn't work.
We've seen what happens when socialism kind of takes to the extreme.
Bernie Sanders, as your enemy, do not ever get involved with this individual or any of the other socialists.
We also thought that this could never happen in our country. We had a balance of powers, we had democracy, and we elected our leaders.
People always talk about the Nazis and stuff like that, but nobody talks about the socialists and communism. It has killed probably more people than Nazis did.
It's a big lie.
Not probably.
To people who are disadvantaged.
Not probably.
And it just actually makes them worse off.
It means a lot to me that this administration is doing something more than just sanctions and just words.
People from Venezuela,
all right. They go on. They keep going on, but I don't think we need to.
I don't think you have to listen to them.
I do have to address one thing in the chat. So, Tranime Girl left a $1 super chat way back. She doesn't know, I guess, that $1 super chat just allows your name to pop up on the screen. That's YouTube's rules. That's just the way it is. You can't leave a message with a $1 super chat. Sorry, Tranime.
Yeah, if you want to say something, we'll say it though, because we love our Tranime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Throw something in there.
Sorry, but we got some favorites.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy. Having actual Venezuelans come up and tell it like it is. And it's not that in Venezuela they didn't do socialism right. It's that they did it exactly right. That's the problem, right? It's when you do socialism right, more people die than if you fuck it up.
Oh yeah. Raging Goldie Eagles fan, if you're still around, we're having raffle. We're giving away a digital copy of Dreamkeepers, the graphic novel. That's just for tonight's show. But if for each $2 donation, you also get entered in to win one of 4 copies of Jawbreakers: Lost Souls that we're giving away in about 4 weeks time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as well as 3 pinups from the Jawbreakers series.
And Tranime is saying in the chat, can you tell people? She wants us to tell people to reconnect with her on Minds because, she's been banned on Twitter because she's transphobic, apparently. That's really fucking weird.
That makes so much sense.
Right? Can you give us your Minds account? What the name is on your Minds account? I'm sure it's just Tranime Girl, but if it's different, let us know. But yeah, go if any of you are on Minds, go check it out and follow Tranime Girl over on Minds. And she left another $1 super chat, so that makes 2. Perfect.
Yay.
And then
Her
Jordan,
name's in the raffle.
yeah, there you go. And Jordan of Shadow Lighting. Am I getting that right? Shadow Lightning for $2. I always it's one on one platform and a different one on another one. Anyway, Jordan of Shadow Lightning says for $2 says sorry, I don't want to be alone anymore. Wah. Oh, I guess that's we weren't paying enough attention over on D Live.
Oh shit!
Sorry about that, man.
I dropped the ball tonight. God.
Well, I got a lot going on, man. I got a lot going on. This.
Oh, and also, if you
stuff.
want to follow me, Tranime on Minds, I'll get around to it after the show. I'm at V Veritas, like I put in there.
Perfect.
I think that's me. Hold on, let me check. Let me just double check here.
Did she? Yeah, same.
Yeah,
it's Tranime Girl, all one word.
Well, she can send it to one of the mods, and they can post a link in chat. So that way, if anyone's curious, they can just.
There you go.
Click it.
Trium's in the chat. Send it to Trium.
Works for me.
Or Fox a lot.
And Trium saying, "Isn't Tranime Girl trans?" Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
She's transsexual. Not transgender. She's actually gone through with it. She's become a female. In parts as well as in appearance.
Right.
That's the difference. I didn't know that before.
Excuse me. So, yeah.
How dare you be sick?
Right?
Yeah.
Curse you for being but a mere mortal.
I am not sick. I am dead.
Dang, you should have put that in your resume, or maybe we'd have reconsidered.
Oh. So we got our last story of the night. We're getting towards the end here. I saw this little video and I was like, damn, this guy's hard hitting.
Yes.
Roseanne
Brings
Barr's
up
son.
a lot of good points.
Yeah, he does. Roseanne Barr's son.
Vince, could you give
speaks
a
out.
really good intro to this, and then I'll put it up?
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Stretch it out.
Thanks. Stretch it out. What are you stretching out?
No homo.
What are you stretching out there, buddy? Look, man, your gay worm can get by without you for a little while. Christ. Yeah, Timberwolf, getting gay with the butt worms.
Save it for after work, boys.
Don't look at me. I'm not part of this gay. Yes, confirmed butt worms on Clyde. But anyway, it's been over a year since Roseanne Barr lost her hit television show for telling a woman that looks like she was from Planet of the Apes that she looks like she was from Planet of the Apes. There's actually a side-by-side comparison there. Gabby didn't want to read that one because it was a hot take, but that bitch looks like she was on Planet of the Apes. I don't care what anybody says. But, of course, because she said that, she was accused of being racist. Even though the lady in question wasn't even, black, she was actually Iranian. But, since she worked for the Obama, I guess that's good enough to be black, right? So, but in any case, she apologized for it. Roseanne said, okay, bad tweet. My bad. I apologize. But, of course, with the present regressive left, apologizing is never a good option.
They don't accept it and they don't want it.
Hell no. Don't apologize.
And wasn't Bush compared to a chimp or something like that because of his ears?
Yep.
Lots of people, look, just because you call somebody a monkey doesn't mean that you're calling them that because they are black.
No.
Period. And the people that think, oh, you said monkey around a black person, that's racist. You're the racist one if you take it, if that's your takeaway, buddy.
Yeah, if that's not how it was intended and you're like, don't point that out. Like, you're a racist.
Yeah. So anyway, let's play this video because we can pause and stop it as we go along here.
Sounds good. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Jake Pentland. I'm Roseanne's son, and I asked my mother if I could steal her YouTube page for a few minutes and just say a few words. You know, this has been a really trying year since her tweet got her fired, and you know, I've watched her apologize time and time again.
Is that a Yeti
and,
I
guess I just got
I
sick
used to
of
have one of those that
apologizing
worked.
and felt like somebody should say a few things about it other than her. And that's why I'm here. So, you know, I don't want to get into the tweet. It doesn't matter to me. The point is she made a mistake and she apologized and she should be forgiven. And she hasn't been up to this point. It's been a year. Still not working. Still has not been hired back. She had to sign away the show. I mean, the punishment she faced for this one tweet is unprecedented. Why is she not forgiven? What did she do that was so bad? Because if you're going to tell me, oh, she has a history of offensive tweets, and that's why Disney and ABC let her go, well, James Gunn...
Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, besides that tweet that, of course, got her in hot water, like, if someone is claiming she has a history, what are some other tweets? Because the only tweet I've seen is that joke, can you call it in poor taste? Yeah. But that's not definitive. That's not the background of her entire work.
But she pushes buttons. That's what she does. That's her whole appeal.
Dude, back in the day when she was
I
younger, she
know.
pissed off all the right because she murdered the national anthem at a big fucking baseball game.
Yeah, like you can't say that one thing was like, you went way too far. That's crazy. No, it was just the right timing for the right political environment for these people to lose their minds because they lose their minds over benign anything. You know what I mean?
And as he goes into length further in the video, it's like this one bad action, and she's had so many other works that have been like helpful and progressive, like, and just to nuke it.
Yeah, I mean, to Voracious Black, Stain says, you mean she's an OG edgelord? Roseanne's pretty much been an edgelord her whole career.
Yeah, her whole career.
You know.
She's always pissed people off. Her stand-up is hilarious.
And that's good. That's good. I'm glad she pisses people off. But the thing is, she had a #1 show where she portrayed a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And that really fucking pissed
That's
ABC
too
off.
far.
They didn't expect that.
Right.
And when her show was ruling, and it was actually, you know, viewed as a quality, you know, program, that was too much for them. So they jumped on the first thing that she did. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, let's keep this ball rolling. Roseanne
By
bar
Disney.
rolling.
It's the same company. And here's some James Gunn tweets, in case you didn't know. I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place. The Expendables was so manly, I fucked the shit of the little pussy boy next to me. I remember my first NAMBLA meeting. These are all different tweets, by the way. I remember my first
Rest in
NAMBLA meeting.
peace,
It was
our
the first time I felt
monetization.
okay with being who I am.
Oh,
Some
no
of those guys
kidding.
are still my BFFs. NAMBLA is the North American Man-Boy Love Association. It's a pedophile group.
Yeah.
I'm doing a big Hollywood film adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and gives the kid a blowjob. Now, there were 20,000 tweets that James Gunn deleted once these started coming back up. So these are just the ones you could find. I don't know how many more.
Hold on,
there
can
are,
you
but-
pause it for a sec?
Yeah.
It's so much. There's actually one simple command just to nuke your entire Twitter history. But imagine having to go through your feed and deleting 20,000, and who knows? Like, some people have like hundreds of thousands of tweets. Who knows
How do you have time
how
for
many
that
he had?
shit? Really?
Assistance.
I guess. Crazy. I do like a couple of tweets a week, if you're lucky.
There's like only been a few tweets that I've regretted enough to go back and delete. Other ones, it's like they're mistakes I've learned from, or I mean, they're funny, whatever. Someone can correct me because I'm wrong, because I know I'm wrong, but whatever.
The only tweets I deleted are the ones Twitter made me delete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were a bad boy.
I've never
Get out of jail
I've never deleted
unless
a
you.
tweet.
Well, I had to. Otherwise, they weren't going to let me back on Twitter.
I don't recall deleting any tweets. I don't think I've ever deleted a tweet. Maybe I have.
I regret nothing either, Timberwolf. Thank you, Slowpoke.
No
for
regrets.
$2.
Yeah,
No
and Twitter is
regrets.
not as cool as Discord. You can't edit it. So sometimes just because like it has a typo, if you catch it soon
Right.
enough.
Yeah. Like Tranime Girl said, I delete typos. Yeah, I think I've done that. Where I've deleted something where I was like, oh, I spelled that totally wrong. I'm gonna redo the tweet. But that's about it. Not like, wow, crazy offensive. Like I don't care about offense taking though. Like if people take offense to what I say, screw off. Whatever. Get over it. Straight up. I'll do the old non-apology. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
All right, play some more of this crap.
Again, my mother was fired, had her show stolen, labeled a racist for one tweet. There are a multitude of child molestation jokes by James Gunn, and he's back at Disney right
That's
now.
gross,
He had an 11-month
dude.
vacation, essentially.
Work for Disney and you got
He's back.
those kind of jokes.
And it's confusing. It's very confusing for me, even if it's not my mother I'm talking about, just objectively as a fan or just as a
Okay, I just want to say real quick, like, okay, in bad taste, right? Like, I think there's a world where making jokes about like pedophiles and stuff can be funny. Like, I think anything can be funny. I'm pro comedian, just whatever, offensive, make it funny. That's hilarious. But if your job is like pretty high up in Disney Corporation, which is like mainly there to entertain kids, just look at your optics, man. Just look at the optics. Probably not a good idea. Just throwing that out there.
Bust it out.
normal person looking at the situation. Why is there an obvious double standard here? Why is she not getting the same treatment as James Gunn? And it's not just James Gunn. I'm not going to get into all the tweets that other celebrities have said, but she's not the first celebrity to tweet something that got her in hot water. It happens almost every day. And people have said way worse shit than her one tweet. And they, at worst, maybe just apologized. It ended. It's been a year. She's apologized nonstop for a year, and she's still not back. I just want to know why. I want to know to people out there that are actively pushing and turning the screws on my mother, because I know some of you are watching, because I know some of you. Michael Fishman I knew for 30 years of my life, and Sarah, I knew all that cast. I knew them. I've had lunch with them. I've looked them in the eyes. We've been friends. And they took this opportunity to really dig my mother's face in the dirt, and I just want to know why. I really want to know why. I want to know why there is unprecedented punishment for one tweet that can wipe out 30 years of action, because James Gunn doesn't have 30 years of action of activism. He has 30 years of child fucking jokes. That's it. He wrote a couple movies that make some money. My mom, twice now, has walked in the fucking ABC network and said, I'm going to put on a show for you, and pulled them out of the fuck.
Pause it.
Yeah, that was Timberwolf. Yeah. He donated $2. He says, "Welcome to Die Snay." They love the children.
You're backing up a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, because he's making some good points.
Totally.
Because Roseanne hasn't been the most conservative person over the course of her career.
No.
Right? She hasn't been always this hardworking, or not hardworking, this hardcore regressive. She's always marched to the beat of her own drum, and yeah.
Yeah, she's done her own thing, and she's got her own moral compass, right? And you got to respect a woman like that. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there. But yeah, let's keep going.
That's it. He wrote a couple movies that made some money. My mom, twice now, has walked in the fucking ABC network and said, I'm going to put on a show for you, and pulled them out of the fucking gutter and took them to number one. This isn't about money. She made them more than enough money. And I know the people that don't like my mother, they don't like her because of her politics. So let me ask you people out there, if you're watching this. If Donald Trump tweeted today, "I love Mexicans. I think Mexicans should all be allowed in America. Thumbs up Taco Tuesday." Would you guys forgive everything that's upset you about things he said about building the wall and them not sending the best people and them being rapists, all that stuff? Because what you would say at that point, and I know it because of the double standard, you would say, well, that's just one tweet, Jake. we can't ignore who Trump is and the actions he's done for a year and just ignore that because of one tweet. That's what you would say to me in my face. And you wouldn't even, the light bulb wouldn't even go off in your head how fucking hypocritical that is. Because that's what you're saying about my mother. 30 years of activism doesn't mean shit because of one tweet. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't push this bullshit double standard down our throat every day. And this isn't just my mother. This is your agenda. We all see it. And you wake up one day and you're like, how the fuck did we end up here where people are so divided and Donald Trump's president? I don't get it. In my fucking little fart sniffing bubble, we all fucking are in agreement. What happened in this country? This is the shit that's happening. You can't turn the screws on somebody because you don't like them personally and let somebody else walk. If ABC was so appalled that they had to fire her, if the cast members were so appalled, like Sarah Gilbert, who went on her show and referred to my mother as a cast member, just a cast member, not the woman that made me famous or wrote this fucking show.
The show that the name of the show is after. Jesus Christ.
The creator of the show.
The show's not called fucking cast member. It's called Roseanne. Jesus.
Right, that's what they
person
do.
that
They
wrote my
deplatform
character.
and they depersonalize you. It's like they take you off media, they take away your voice to a certain extent, and then it's just like remove your name from shows, even if it's in your name.
Screw that. Roseanne Barr is a cultural icon.
That's what they're doing to Notch right now because of his Twitter posts. They're trying to he's the creator of Minecraft, and they're just trying to push him to the side. Like, nope.
Play some more.
Or this show that I just stole is from this woman. No mention of that. I want to know why, if you're so disgusted and disturbed by my horrible racist mother, why are you still continuing to make money off her? If her legacy is so tarnished with racism, how can you justify going to work every day, Sarah, and making money off the Connors? That's her family. You're playing her daughter, a horrible racist. It seems that your aversion to working with her
not
really
racist
just was
against
when she
green.
was on your
That's
show.
why.
That's how it looks to me, Sarah. It's not about, oh, I'm appalled. It's like, I got to get rid of this Roseanne bit so I can make this the Darlene show. I don't know what's in your fucking head. I really don't. Damn. Because this, again, if this is as bad as you wanted to pretend and you went on the talk and
We have a donation from Tranmate Girl for $2.
Oh, she says, screw it. I have $2 more. I want my name to pop up.
Yay, Tranmate.
Well, it popped up in the I think she's thinking about Streamlabs donations.
Oh yeah. That's in the description too.
You know what? I'm gonna do this just for you, Traname. One sec.
Whoa.
I can't. I
see it zipping across the screen though.
I tried though. You saw me try. Didn't work.
Why don't you just put it up there and boomer app it up in there?
Oh, Foxlot's got the link.
I can't get it in there.
Ah, damn it.
Won't go. What a shame. What a shame. But,
all right, well, let's play the rest of this damn video.
Yes.
Continuing to do the show. If you had any scruples or morals, you would walk away from this evil, racist, tarnished brand, wouldn't you? Or maybe it wasn't really that racist. Maybe you don't really think it was racist because it wasn't. Maybe you have a shred of, logic and sanity in your head where you're like, okay, it wasn't that bad. And that's how we're going to continue to do the show. But you know you can't say that because then you can't justify the fact that you fired my mother. So you're caught in a pickle. You have to say we're appalled, but we still want to shovel fucking money that she made this network for us for 25 fucking years. We still want to shovel it in our pocket. We just want to cut her out. So we're going to keep making money off her name and her family, and we're going to say she's a horrible racist person. Bullshit. We see through what you're doing. And if you were smart, you would have just let her apologize like every other fucking celebrity gets to. Go on TV and apologize, and it would have passed. That's what happens. But you didn't even give her a chance to apologize. In fact, those of you who don't know, I'll probably get sued for this, but this is a true story. When the shit was breaking, she called them and said, I'll explain this. I'll go on The View, I'll go on all your shows, I'll do it. They told her, don't say a word until we decide what to do. It turns out they instructed her that because they were planning on taking the show. So they told her she had to sign away to keep everybody working. But she'd get her chance to explain herself. She'd go on all their shows and explain herself. But just sign here, Roseanne, just sign here. And she did. Because she's a good person.
Which,
she
think
wanted them to
about
work,
it.
and she did the right thing.
Like you said, that's a good move to do. It's like, I mean, she still wasn't allowed her moment to redeem herself, but she's like, hey, all these other people depend on this job, depend on this show. if me taking a step down for a moment, which is what they kind of promised her, then she did that. Like,
Yeah, that's brutal. Holy shit.
She's never been invited on any ABC show that I know of. Have you seen her on the fucking Talk or View or whatever those crappy fucking shows are on ABC? Has anyone seen her?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. What's this guy's name? It just says Roseanne Barr's son.
He introduced himself at the beginning. We'll have to rewatch it.
What a dude. What a dude.
Yeah,
Any of these
what a guy.
fucking shows, these shitty shows. Yeah, fucking good on you for calling that shit out.
I haven't.
The View was just
So they fucking
horrible.
lied. They didn't even give her a chance to apologize. So she's had to apologize on her YouTube page and on podcasts with rabbis and fucking, you know, conversations taken out of context. That's the voice she's been given. She doesn't have a chance to explain it. She never got that chance to explain it. And James Gunn, again, Mr. I want to fuck boys in their silly place, got to go out on TV and tweet around like, oh, I'm sorry, this is my sense of humor. And Disney's like, yeah, James Gunn has a weird sense of humor, but we back him. Jussie Smollett, who just basically committed a fucking felony, his network's like, well, you know, we know Jussie's always there on time. The cast members, everyone backs him up. Everyone gets that. She never got that. I don't understand. Whatever you want to call it, this push to destroy my mother, because it's been a year now, I've watched it for a year, is sickening. It's gross. And we all see it. I don't know how to make it more clear that people see it, which is why James Gunn his tweets even resurfaced, because people were like, why are you doing this to Roseanne when there's way worse shit out there from other people? Why are you ignoring it from other people? So it was Cernovich, actually, a right-wing guy, found these old tweets of James Gunn. This is how it came about. It was reactionary to what they were doing to my mother. And James Gunn got fired. And they were like, okay, maybe there's fairness in this town. And now he's back at Disney. So we're left scratching our heads again, like, okay, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And I really want to know. That's why I'm here. That's why I've asked my mother if I could take a few minutes on her page. I don't want to explain the tweet. I don't want to apologize on her behalf. She's apologized nonstop for a year. There's no more need for it.
Exactly.
I just want to know why. I want to know why they are actively trying to ruin my mother at an unprecedented level for anybody in this town that has ever faced. There are people that have sexual assaults on their records that were forgiven in this town. There's only been one person that wasn't forgiven, and that's my mother. And if you want to say that one weird tweet in the middle of the night that was taken purposely out of context is justification for stealing this woman's life, work, her art, a show that she created based off her life. Her friends turned their backs on her. They didn't just turn their back, they spun around one more time and stabbed her in hers.
Yeah.
And if you think that this punishment is justified, then you scare the hell out of me. I don't understand. I don't understand what it is. I just want to know why. I want to know why everybody else in this town, including James Gunn, is forgiven. Why not her?
Dude, that is profound. Holy shit.
Right? And he stood his ground, he presented the case, and he even admitted, like, revealing what was it? He said he might be sued for something, but he released the info anyway.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happened.
It's like, screw it. Sue me. His name's Jake Pentland.
Yeah, I didn't expect to find this today, but when I did, I knew it had to go on the show.
Oh shit!
And I didn't even know Roseanne Barr had her own YouTube channel. I just went and subbed after that video.
Subscribed right now.
Yeah, I've been watching her for a while.
I didn't know either. I just assumed it was gonna blow over and that this wouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she got kicked off her show.
No, they ripped her intellectual property away from her. They had her sign it away.
Oh, I thought that she would still get her cut.
No, they made her sign it away, and they did it under the auspice of her signing the papers so that the rest of the cast members could still work. They took advantage of her good nature.
That is disgusting.
Just be happy with your vagina. You got it already.
Timberwolf donates $2 and says Smollett has been fired from Empire.
Well, good, but
he's not going. He's not they dismissed all the charges.
Yeah, he's not in jail.
Right? That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that the Chicago Police Department is like so pissed off about that says a lot. And what was it, the DA at the time was supposed to recuse herself, and she didn't, and then
and she was a former Obama staff member, and she just got all caught. That's dirty. That's dirty. But in any case, the whole thing is Roseanne made a tweet that was perhaps in poor taste. Perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was that in poor taste, to be honest with you. But
she was just commenting on the looks of a person.
Valerie Jarrett, yeah. I'm gonna bring up a picture.
Like, she made a joke. You can say it's a dumb joke, a distasteful joke, a just inappropriate, but I mean, like how they pointed out with James Gunn. I mean, James Gunn jokes are jokes, but like, if you are gonna have a standard, you're gonna accept him back, but not her.
Tranime Girl's on the screen. You made it happen, Tranime Girl. Good job. And thanks for the $1.
Always.
Appreciate it. Thanks for that'd be $5 now in total. Thank you. Appreciate it.
$1 more, $1 more vote.
Yeah, $1 more, $1 more
ticket
entry.
in the raffle.
Yeah. There you go, Clydo. That is what she got banned for.
Yeah.
Because she said that woman looked like the woman from Planet of the Apes.
I can't get it without hiding behind Gabby.
Well,
okay, there
Gabby.
You go.
There you go.
I mean,
there's
there.
I mean, I it's there.
It's there.
Foxhole, I meant she was at $5. $1 more put her at $6, which means 3 tickets for the raffle.
You guys are doing too much math.
It's not $1 per ticket. It's 2.
Two
I know
bucks
that.
A raffle.
He's
ticket.
correcting me in chat.
Oh, all right, fair enough. But yeah, I don't even see the racism in that. I think that's a stretch. I think that's people going, "Hey, we're looking for something on this woman."
Unless
we
there's
don't like her anyway.
Well, she's not like that lady's black. That lady's Iranian.
Well, then what's the deal?
Exactly.
When historically did they call Iranian people or Persian people monkeys?
They never have.
So, see, that's the thing. I think they were just looking for something on her. They didn't like her, and they wanted to get rid of her. Straight up.
That's what it boils down to.
It's a coup. It's a coup. You know what? Love her, hate her, whatever. I mean, she's a cultural icon, right? Her stand-up comedy, I think, is hilarious.
I think she's one of the 3 funniest ladies in the last 30 years.
Her improvisation is on point. You see her on Norm Macdonald's show? Holy crap, she is funny. She's funny. She's a talented individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she should be held on a pedestal by all the women that are like, where aren't there enough women in comedy? Well, there's a great one right there. You know what I mean? And you throw her under the bus. But
she doesn't have the right opinions. But
you want people like Amy Schumer who are just like, my vagina. That's her only fucking claim to fame. Is like,
my vagina smells like roadkill.
Yeah, that's not funny. It might have been funny when saying shit like that was super racy and whoa, don't say that in public. Like when Margaret Cho did it back in the fucking 90s. Because I remember that. Margaret Cho.
That was, that's what all Amy Schumer is a blonde Margaret Cho.
But Margaret Cho was funny when she did it. She would off the cuff say something like, "Oh yeah, I always just picture my vagina like a swimming pool. You know, get as many people in it and hope that nobody pees." Like those are funny jokes, right?
Oh my god.
But it was at the time too where you can't say stuff like that, and that's hilarious to me. That's hilarious. It's pushing the boundaries. Schumer's not doing that. Barr was always pushing the boundaries, and she still continued to push the boundaries, and that's what got her kicked off. That's what got her the fucking Gestapo ending, you know what I mean, to her career. That's horrible.
Right, just being obscene is no longer pushing the boundaries, but if you do push the boundaries, then you're ostracized.
Ron Perlman pees on his own hand when he shakes people's hands he didn't like.
Oh, I remember that tweet. Yes, he tweeted about that.
Who the hell's Ron Perlman?
Beauty and the
Hellboy.
Beast? Hellboy?
Oh, that guy?
That guy. He pees on his hand when he doesn't like somebody.
Anarchy?
Why?
Because he's a fucking idiot.
Like, oh, I touched somebody I don't like. I'm gonna...
No, I'm gonna pee on my hand before I meet them. I'm gonna preemptively piss on my hand and then shake their hand.
What a douche.
Yeah, right?
Oh, God. This is the first time I've heard that. That is just stupid.
Who's Kaiser Sose?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he's one of those usual suspects. You know, he's affiliated with Kobayashi, the cup manufacturer.
There you go. Who's Kaiser Sose?
I don't know, but his buddy makes mugs.
Oh, Lordy. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for coming to my funeral service. Hopefully, I'll be a little more lively on Saturday. Who knows?
Maybe.
Just maybe. But either way, I'm sure I'll drag myself out of my cold, wet tomb. What the hell is that, Gabby?
Was that the tomb door closing?
Yep,
Gabby's trying to flush me.
Is it a pneumatic tomb door?
She's trying to flush me with the goldfish. Gabby, I won't fit down the toilet.
You're gonna plug it up, and I'm gonna have to come out with the plunger. I gotta do all the thing with the water all over the place. Yeah, we got Slowpoke Garcia with one last donation for $2 in the Super Bear. He says, "Bring out the monster Vince."
No, he'll never fit.
He'll never fit.
Slowpoke Garcia.
Timberwolf says in D Live, he said he's also being sued now by the brothers for defamation. Jake. Oh yeah, Jake, the son of Roseanne. There, Jake Petland. Was his name. But he's being sued now.
By who?
By the brothers.
The Brothers Grimm?
I don't know. Like the brothers that are producing the show now?
The Brothers Grimm? The Brothers... Yeah, I'm circling. That's me. God damn it,
well as
Gabby.
lawyers. Don't flush that fish down the toilet.
Can't do that. Just wash my socks now.
The Mario brothers? Yeah, these guys right here. Mario and Luigi. Oh, the green screen's taking Luigi out. Look, I got a little bit of Gabby coming through the Luigi. He's orange
Luigi.
now. Luigi.
It's a me.
Luigi.
Luigi.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be here on Saturday, and we'll do something fun, I'm sure.
We promise.
Yeah, we promise. Thank you for tuning in, Golden Eagle viewers.
Thank you
for
always happy to have you guys. You're fun.
Thank you for popping in and Cap trolling people.
Thanks for the donation. What was it? It was
Echo.
Echo the Chamber. Yeah, that's right.
Echo the Dolphin?
Thanks for the money. Appreciate it.
Smooches.
Snoochie boochies. So good night, everybody. And yeah.
Boobies.
Boobs. Boobs.